Hello, I am Scott Knight from Real Combat Media. Welcome to another one of our exciting interview series. He fought his last professional fight on August the 22nd, 2001. Since that time, Roberto Garcia, the former IBF Super Featherweight champion, has made tremendous strides, gaining the reputation as a very credible and well-known trainer. As his roster of successful fighters continues to grow more impressively with each passing year, Roberto Garcia has gone from a champion maker to one who makes the best even better. Mr. Garcia took of his precious time to give Chris Cercola of Real Combat Media a very enlightening and detailed interview. Listen as he talks about his latest crop of fighters such as Kelly Pavlik, Mikey Garcia, and Brandon Rios. He also deals with the trouble that Brandon Rios had in his latest fight against little-known Cuban lightweight Richard Abril. Tune in as he speaks about these things at length and so much more.
So you got back from your weekend affairs. Tough fight from Brandon Saturday night. What happened in that fight?
Well, it was a tough fight, tough opponent that had a very, very awkward, difficult style. Plus, a few things, the weight issue took a lot out of Brandon. So, it's only learning experience for us too.
Mm-hmm. And whose idea was it for Brandon to overstay his welcome at 135?
Well, we all made that decision. We can't blame nobody, but myself and Brandon, we definitely didn't even want to fight at 135 anymore. But there was a lot of arguments before we took this fight that we had to. And if you're a world champion, it's easier to get markets at 140. Money issue, and kind of that's what made us make the decision to give it one more shot. Brandon says, fuck it, let's give it one more try and see if we could do it. We knew it was going to be easy. We knew it was going to be almost impossible. But Brandon said, if all those things that they told us, money, going to 140 as a world champion, and that basically that was the only option we had. So we were forced to do it. And Brandon like, fuck it, let's give it one try. But it was just impossible.
And did you know that he might come in overweight?
Yeah, so we didn't know that because we knew it was going to be easy. When we got to Vegas, he was already hitting 140, so we thought, we got all week here, so, it looked good. It looked like we were going to be able to do it. He was still eating, still drinking his liquids and everything, and was walking around 140 when we just got to Vegas, and he was still very, very strong. But then those 3 pounds that we lost were not easy. But then those last 2 pounds the day before the weigh-in, we were in 24-hour fitness for about 2 hours. We did a little bit of bikes, some running. Just couldn't even break a sweat. Then we took him for about an hour to the sauna room, and we had him in there for one in and out every 5 minutes, in and out of the sauna room and the jacuzzi for about an hour or so, and we got back to the room and he was still weighing 137. So we felt, okay, overnight you'll sleep off a pound, and then we'll deal with the last pound, speeding or something. Woke up, same weight. He started speeding in the morning and just never lost anything. Once he hit 37, it was basically that's where his body just gave up and didn't want to lose anymore. And everything he tried, everything we did, just never gave us that. Never were able to lose those last 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm. And how were you worried for him? Were you worried going into the fight?
Well, I knew it took a lot of them trying. On Friday we didn't do nothing. On Friday he did not try to run. He did not try to go sweat it out. We just said, we'll see. We got 10 hours before the weigh-in, so So we'll see everybody starts, to without eating or drinking anything in 10 hours, we might be able to lose some weight. But 137 was like a point where he just wouldn't get down. We knew the fight. We knew in the morning that we were not gonna make weight, but he was still telling us, I'm okay. Don't worry about me. I feel good. So but that's a fighter saying. But it showed in the fight that he wasn't 100%.
And what's his weight normally coming into camp initially?
Well, he's around, probably say 155, 160 maybe.
And as a trainer, were you concerned when you saw his face and how he was starting to look and stuff?
Well, that was the last day before the weigh-in, because coming into camp he looked good, but it was those last 3 pounds that he lost, and then him trying to lose those other 2 after those last 2 that really killed him. Even though he didn't lose any weight, but his body just looked really bad. His face looked bad. But coming into Vegas, when we were up at 140, still looked good, still looked sharp, still looked strong. His face looked good. He was happy. His eyes looked really good. But those last 3 pounds that he lost to get him to 137, that's what really beat him up. And then, of course, trying to lose those last 2 wasn't safe.
And he didn't get off the scale and go try to lose any more weight and come back for a second.
No, there was no way. There was nothing we could do. We tried it the night before, and nothing came off. So we just didn't even try.
Yeah.
We gave him the Gatorade and the water, and that was it.
Yeah. Did you watch the tapes on Abril?
Yes, I did. I watched the tapes before we fought. Oh yeah, of course, I see some tapes.
Do you think there was any letdown for him with the Gamboa fight being canceled?
Could have been, but Brandon always trains hard. Brandon, if it's Gamboa or if it's Abril, Brandon's always in good shape. Brandon trains very hard for whoever he's fighting. He's always in great shape. He trains very hard. He's one of the fighters that it don't make a difference if he's fighting for 10,000 or 1 million. He's always training very hard. He does train hard. That's one thing Brandon does have. He trains very hard. So being it was Abril or being that it was Gamboa, it don't make a difference for him.
I see him in the gym on YouTube sometimes. He's in there. He's working hard.
Yeah, he works hard, really hard.
Yeah. And was there what point in the fight were you starting to be surprised at Abril's fight plan?
Well, you know what? He came in with his game plan, and if that was his game plan, because I seen his fight against Prescott, and he wasn't holding the way he did against Brandon. He was running and moving around and boxing, and the fight was very close. Also, it could have gone either way. They gave it to Prescott, but the fight was really close. So we felt that the way he was in the fight, but one going in there, and all the holding, and it just made it more difficult for Brandon.
And what point in the fight were you starting to notice that Brandon was getting frustrated?
Well, I started noticing that, the 4 or 5 rounds, I noticed that he was getting frustrated, but he was still responding to me. Still, I would tell him, don't lose your head, keep you cool. If the other one fight, just keep pressuring, keep throwing punches, take a little half step back, and throw your combination. But it was just so difficult inside the ring. He's the one in there, and when you got somebody that's turning his body to the side, very, very, very awkward, and holding and doing all those things. Well, sometimes you could get the best instructions in the world, but just being in front of that opponent that doesn't want to give you that fight. I had that fight before, and so I understand what Brandon was going through. I had that fight against Derek Gainer, same thing. This could have gone either went my way. A lot of people thought I lost. A lot of people thought I won. So Derek Gainer never did much enough to try to win. So I feel the same way right now. Abril hold, and he was holding, didn't throw much when they were close to each other, which was most of the fight. I don't see why the round should have gone his way because he wasn't even trying. At least Brandon, even though Brandon wasn't landing much either, but at least Brandon, he was trying. He was looking for the fight. He was throwing punches from all, whichever hand was loose. At least he was trying. That's the way I see it.
Mm-hmm. And how happy were you and relieved when you heard the decision?
Well, of course. Come on, we knew it wasn't an easy fight, and we knew depending on the way the judges see the fight. But I was comfortable right before the decision. I told everybody, hey, we got nothing to. I don't see why Bill should get the decision because he didn't need it. He wasn't. It's not like he was trying. He was just working on his defense and yes, being very awkward, but I didn't see him try to win. He was trying to just survive and then defend himself and not get hit. So even Brandon's like, it's close, but we got it. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. And what did you say to those who wanted to make weight at 135? Did you tell them that you were worried about it at all? Did you express concern with?
Going into Vegas and before the weigh-in, I never told nobody. I didn't want them to feel like we were, we were gonna be we're having problems.
Mm-hmm.
This is between me and the camp and our team and motors, matchmakers, and all those people. They don't have to know.
Mm-hmm. And who do you want first at 140? Does it matter to you, or do you want a soft touch first?
Well, that's not my decision. Cameron Duncan is his manager, and we leave it all up to Cameron Duncan. He is the best at this business, and he knows what to do. So we always leave it all up to him.
Mm-hmm. Would you feel comfortable if his next fight was with Juan Manuel Marquez?
I'd be more than happy, but like I said, that's Cameron Duncan's decision. He has to work it out with Top Rank and hopefully Marquez's team, and it would be big, it would be huge, but it is his, that's his call.
Yeah. Who else comes to mind for Brandon at 140? Anybody? Or you just don't even think about it?
There's of course we think about it. There's if it was up to us, there's the Danny Garcia, Maidana, you know what I mean? If it was our decision, but that's why we have a manager, that's why we have a promoter, and it's their job. But they've also been talking about Alvarado, fights like that. So there's a few good fights out there for Brandon, but Cameron Duncan makes those decisions for us.
Mm-hmm. And how much of Brandon do you think is a finished product right now in your estimation?
What was that?
How much of Brandon is a finished product? And how much more do you think he could improve on himself? What do you think percentage?
The only thing is the weight issue. We had a great year last year and winning the title against Acosta. And before that, the way he beat Peterson, then Acosta, then Antillon, then very strong, very powerful, and then we get a one fight that doesn't show what Brandon has really done. We get a close fight, I could say, an awkward opponent. Brandon doesn't look his best, and now everybody thinks, is Brandon done? Does he have anything left? Well, at 140, Brandon's going to be more comfortable, and Brandon will be back at where he was when he beat Peterson. Nobody thought he would ever beat Peterson. Nobody thought he would ever win the title against Acosta, and he did in a very, very spectacular way. So, I have no doubt, no problem, and no worries about him moving up to 140 and doing the same there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish him good luck. He's an exciting guy. And enough of Brandon now. I want to get to Kelly Pavlik now. What do you think? What do you think Kelly looked like in his last fight?
Well, he came to my gym 10 weeks before his fight, and we had a lot of things to work on. But it was surprising to learn that he was there to get better and to forget what happened in the past, and he did exactly what he was told and performed better than we even expected. He did what he had to do, what we worked in the in the gym, we worked on his left hand a lot, jabs, hooks, uppercuts with the left, and head movement, footwork. And he showed me the 2 rounds of the fight lasted. He showed me what I wanted to see, and everybody was very pleased. From everybody at Top Rank to Cameron Duncan, they were very happy with his performance, and so was I.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of shape did he come in at?
He was in great shape. He was ready for 10 rounds. He trained hard. We had 10 weeks of training, so he was in great shape, and he's back in training camp already. So he'll be ready for his next one.
Wow. And how did Kelly like Oxnard right away? Did he feel?
I'm sure it's not easy. He likes it. The weather's nice, never too cold, never too hot. We got the mountains to run, the beach. We got. It's a great training camp. But when you're by yourself, it don't matter if you're in Hawaii or Cancun, wherever. If you're by yourself in the training camp, no family, no kids, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy being there for 10 weeks, and I'm sure it's not easy. I'm sure, everybody, even though Youngstown might be a town where he gets a lot of criticism or it gets freezing cold during the winter and really hot during the summer, that's his hometown, and I'm sure he'd prefer to be there, but he knows that he needs to stay away from there, especially during training camps, and he did it, and it was, I think it was a plus for his career. He just turned 30 last month, and he's got a lot to come and do again.
Mm-hmm. So what impressed you most about him when you first started working with him?
Well, his power, especially. He's got tremendous power, but the main thing is he came in to work. He was not one of those fighters that wants to call shots and wants to tell the trainer what he wants to work on, or comes up with excuses in the morning. I feel I woke up with a bad headache, or I don't want to run this morning. Not one single day did he do that, or in the gym, not one single day did he say, oh, I don't feel like doing that many rounds today. I want to do a little bit less. Everything I told him, everything I instructed my assistants to do when the days that I was gone, they did and never had a complaint. So that's the most thing that really got to me. Seeing the need, the desire to get back.
Mm-hmm. And what's your expert eye see and what Kelly needs to work on for his next fight?
Well, we just got to keep working on what we were working for 10 weeks, and we took 2 weeks off, and now he's back, and we just got to keep going, continue working at what we were working. He's got to fight June 8th, then he takes a couple of weeks off again, and then he comes back to training camp, because what I was told is that he'd be fighting again in September. So he ain't got time to play around. We got to continue working, and little by little, he's getting better and better, and just 5-10 weeks was enough to show a big difference. I think next fight and the fight after will be a lot better.
Mm-hmm. And are you hearing any names for who he's going to be fighting next?
No, I think he does have an opponent for June 8th, but can't even think of the name right now. Mm-hmm. But he does have an opponent, and hopefully after that, he'll show that he's up there again, and hopefully we'll get into bigger names. Top Rank is one of the best at it, and Cameron Duncan, if not the best, if not one of the best, the best, the best manager in this business. So he knows what to do, and he knows there's a lot of big names out there for Kelly also. So he, like I said, that's his job, and all we do is train and get ready and go perform.
Mm-hmm. And you're still training Nonito Donaire, right?
Yes.
And what's next for him?
Not dead yet. Like we were told this weekend in Vegas. He was there with us in the dressing room, and don't know the date, but they say sometime in July. That's all we're waiting for. We're just waiting for a date to start training camp.
Mm-hmm. And what about Joan Guzman?
Guzman is not with me.
Oh, he's not with you?
No. He was with me a couple of fights, but not anymore. He's in New York and training. I have no idea who he's training with.
Mm-hmm. And what about your little brother Mikey? You training him, or?
Well, same thing with him. We are waiting. We were told sometime in July. Now it might be in August, but I was told his next fight will be for the title against Celestino Caballero. So all we're waiting for is the date. But we're already planning that fight, and we're already watching videos, and hopefully we can get a date soon.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think is the difference between a good trainer and a great one? What separates the two?
Well, you know what? I think the way people see it and the way reporters see it, a great one is that one that's been doing it for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's already been working with 10, 20 world champions. So that's what might make a great trainer. Somebody with less experience might not be the great trainer, but he will be one day when he's 50, when he's 55. That's the only difference I see. I don't, my fighters have always performed well. I've done things that very few people would ever think I could do with some of my fighters. Steven Levin was one of them who very few people thought he could ever be a world champion. He became a champion and defended his title 6 times. Brian Beloria, when he came to me, he was pretty much, everybody thought he was done. He would never come back and do what he did with me. He came back and beat Solis. At that time, Solis was the best junior flyweight in the world, 11 title defenses. Mm-hmm. And Brian Beloria knocked him out in the 11th round. Things like that. Brandon Rios, who always in and out of trouble, I stuck to him, and we went through a lot of drama, trouble, and everything inside and outside of the ring, and became a world champion. And I think he has done enough to be considered as a top fighter out there. So I think it only, but my age might be the only thing that's holding me from being considered maybe not even a good trainer, because after one bad fight, everybody thinks you're not that great. You're not doing that good of a job. They forget everybody else. They forget last year when all of my fighters won, and the only loss I had was Margarito against Cotto. And you lose that one, and now you're not the great trainer. But Nonito goes out and knocks out Montiel in a spectacular way. Brandon goes and knocks out Acosta spectacular. Then they both defend the titles. Mike is looking sensational. But then I get one loss in December against Cotto, against one of the best fighters in the business. And you lose that fight, and now you're not that great. That's just the way boxing is. That's the way critics are. I guess I have to have, I'll wait another 15 years to be able to get that recognition, because so far, I still don't get it. I think I deserve it, but I still don't get it. Other trainers, they get a bad end of the year, losing 3 in a row, winning 1, but very controversial, and still losing 2 or 3, and they're still considered a great trainer. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Yeah. And it's just a matter of time, I guess. I'm just doing what I got to do. I have a great team, great fighters, great family that's always supporting us. So that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, just keep dyeing your hair gray and calling yourself grandpa. You'll get your respect.
That's right. Yeah, I need to become a grandpa in reality to be able to get that. But it's boxing. That's just the way it is.
It's just hot and cold. You're always hot and cold. That's it. What's your relationship now with Fernando Vargas? Is he fighting again? At one point,
no, I don't think he's fighting. You know what? We were with him this weekend. We never even talked about it, but I don't think so. No, he doesn't look like he wants to fight again. He gained some pounds again, and I don't see that happening. And he talks to my dad about that, and he's told my dad that he's definitely never fighting again.
No. Okay. And if you were Miguel Cotto's trainer in fighting Floyd, what would you tell him how to deal with Floyd Mayweather coming up?
He's a great trainer. He did a great job with Cotto against Margarito. They came in with a great game plan. They did a great job. He won that fight, and I can't. There's nothing I could tell. He's doing a great job, and I'm sure he's got a great game plan. Cotto is a great fighter, and we can't say that he's got an easy fight, because Mayweather's the best fighter in the planet, but he does have a chance. He is very experienced, and he is very talented, and his trainer did a great job in his last fight. So I'm sure he has a good game plan.
How about who do you think's going to win in the Manny and Tim fight coming up?
It's another one of those fights that if you think, people might think, oh man, his last performance wasn't too good. Well, a lot of people thought he lost against Marcus. So those are things that might still be in the question. What if? And then Timothy's young, he's hungry, he's never been in it before, but he wants it so bad. So it's a really hard fight to call. I personally will be cheering for Timothy Bradley because I know him. I actually seen him earlier this week because I took a sparring partner for him to start sparring. And I know the Diaz brothers for many years, so I really wish them the best, and hopefully they can pull it up. But it's not easy. It's not an easy fight. It's a hard fight. Manny Pacquiao is Manny Pacquiao, and he will come in great shape and will come in and do his work.
Mm-hmm. And one more, the Hopkins-Chad fight coming up. What do you think?
I'm not too interested in that fight. I don't follow those guys too much. I respect what Hopkins have done, at his age and still being up there, still winning titles. I really, really admire what he's done in the sport. But I don't follow them too much. I'm not too much of a fan of them, in neither of them.
Mm-hmm. And you had your own gym built. Tell me about the gym.
Oh man, it's awesome. This is my third time moving already because I started off 2.5 years ago on my own with a smaller place, 1,500 square feet. Then I moved to a place that's 3,000 square feet. Now I got my new place, which I'll be moving over this weekend. I was just waiting for Brandon's fight, and this place is a little over 9,000 square feet. So it's going to be the best boxing facility, not only California, but I think the world, because we have a good plan with the people that are helping me build my gym, and Cameron Duncan and a few people that are involved with my team that we're gonna turn this into, we're gonna turn my gym into the best facility. I'm gonna have everything in there. Guys don't have to go nowhere else for anything. I'm gonna have everything from oxygen chambers to planning everything possible that my facility is gonna have. So it's gonna be one of the best out there. And I'm moving over this weekend, so I will start training there Monday.
Well, that's beautiful, man. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.